Hello, Forecaster here again, and earlier today I released the 1.0 version of my Railcraft routing table editor, and I'm going to go over the program a little bit and show what it does. So to download it, you just need to go to my GitHub repository for the program here. You have the downloads on the release page, which you can find a link to here, and get the topmost version, because that will probably be the latest. It'll say the latest there as well. And if you don't know if you want the 64 or 32-bit version, just use the 32-bit version. And once you've downloaded the archive, you will want to extract it, and I'm going to use the extract to folder option because the files are directly in the archive. There isn't a subfolder in there. So if you take extract to here, you'll get the files in the current directory. And once you've extracted the program, you'll want to launch this file here. And you might get this warning or something similar because it's a program from the internet that your computer doesn't recognize, but just select run and you'll get this window here. Now, on first run, it will generate a folder called routing tables, and inside this folder it will generate a sample routing table, and it will only do this once, because once this folder is created it won't generate it again. Now you can delete this file if you don't want it, and it won't come back unless you also delete this folder. Now when you select either load or save, it will start in this directory here, which will be the default load and save location. Now you can go into settings, where there's only one at the moment, and you can change this by clicking on that and selecting a different location, and it will then remember that, and you will start out there instead when opening one of these dialogues. Now we're going to load this sample table like this, and you can see that it's called sample table in the title field here, and it has one page with some things in it. Now the main purpose of this editor is to validate routing tables. One of the primary features is making sure that you haven't done a mistake. So if you add a random character into this string here and click validate, you'll see that it detects that this is nothing it recognizes and will warn you, and you can see what's wrong by hovering over it and reading the text in this box to see what the problem is. Now if we delete that extra character again and validate again, it will go through all of it without problems, and you'll see that it has color-coded and made the items into a tree structure. Now at the root we have this OR, which isn't in the text box here, and that is because the OR is a default root object that is in the in-game routing table that you can't remove, and this is of course intentional. So the first item we have is an AND, and it has the AND operator has two children, which as you can see is marked in blue and is at the next level, is an owner condition and another AND operator. And this AND operator has two children, which is the destination condition, and a NOT operator, which has a single child, which is the needs refuel condition. Now if I were to add something else at the end here, like say a redstone equals true, and validate, this will be a child of this or. So it will be read at the same level as this and it will be brought back down to this level. So we can see how the different items interact, and we can see that there are no problems. Now we can click this button here, and it will open a new window, and it will generate a command for us, which if we select all of this and copy it, we go into Minecraft, open the chat, and paste this in. You'll notice that it got cut off. If we go back here, have a look at this warning here, you can see that it is longer than 100 characters, which means that it exceeds the limit of the chat box, which means, like it says here, that to use this command, we need to use a command block. So if we put this in here and accept that, and then click this button here, we can see that we've received a routing table called sample table, which is our title here. And if we open it, we can see that we have the same stuff we have here. And we have no more pages. Now if we go back here and let's say add another page, we can say and color red, yellow, owner, Covert Jaguar. You can validate that, check that it's correct. Still have this stuff here. Now we'll generate a command for this and put that into the command block. Click the button again, and we now have 2 pages, and the second page has the stuff I just wrote in it. And that's pretty much the extent of what this program does. We can of course save, and it will use the title to suggest a file name. So if we say my routing table, it will use that to generate a file name, and we can save it as that. And now we can close all of the windows, and we will see that we have the file in the folder there. We restart the program, go and load in the table. You can see that we have the table with the title and the 2 pages. I did notice there was it said there was only 1 page at the start, but that's a minor bug. And finally, we also have the manual, and this is the exact same manual we have here. As you can see, we have 10 pages of things, and this is borrowed from the Railcraft GitHub repository and is included in the program in case you're editing routing tables and don't want to launch the game to look up some rules or conditions. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's also an about menu where you can see what version the program is, and there are some links to the Railcraft site, my website, and Covert Jaguar's Twitter account, Twitter profile. And there's also a link to the GitHub repository directly to the issue tracker, where if you find a bug or have a feature request, feel free to make a ticket there. And with that, I will see you in the next video.